man, let's talk about my favorite pick of the 2023 NFL draft for the Detroit Lions, which it ain't over. It's gonna be some undrafted free agents out there who get drafted and, you know, might do some things, but you know, I liked all the picks. I didn't really like the Sam Laporta tight end pick, but I understood it because then after Sam Laporta went, it was a run on tight ends, and apparently he got some drops that Brett Holmes said he ain't too concerned about though, but we'll see. But that's the only pick I probably didn't like. I didn't think they needed a tight end. I like their tight end room, but they felt like they needed to address it. And Laporta seems to be a catching specialist, so I think that's better than Brandon Pettigrew. But if you had to ask, that's the pick I didn't like the most. And I say because you got a guy who got some hands issues, and then I just thought it was better players on the board to be selected, like Jonathan Mingo, that they could have used. And you know what? It was what it was. But he's a specialist that's gonna help them. But tight ends take some time to kind of get adequated to the NFL. A couple years, probably on average. Just think about it, it's 3 years. Mike Ditka had the best rookie tight end season until Kyle Pitts came along, and then Kyle Pitts struggled last season. Teams got an opportunity to see what Pitts was doing and all that type stuff. So about I think the third year tight ends really should start making his strides and all that stuff. So, but Laporta is a specialist at catching the ball downfield. He's shifty. So I'm not saying this, you know, but I just felt that there were better options there. So I mean, from that standpoint, we'll see. And you talking about they got some, you know, some drop issues. So, but then again, the question is, what's the drop? Because you got some publications that say, well, that wasn't catchable, and so, you know, if it hit your hands, you're supposed to catch it. So, a lot of there's different rules of thumb. So, Holmes said he wasn't concerned about it at all, but you know, but they felt the need to address it. You took James Mitchell last year in the 5th round, so I think what you're seeing from offensively, what you about to see, and I'll do a video on this, you about to see creativity from Ben Johnson. I think they're going to remake the offense this year. Remember, you hear, you know, defensive coordinators say Ben Johnson always comes with different wrinkles and different, and he never, you know, the game plan is always different. And I think for years we asked for that. No matter where the pieces was, it seemed like they never really game plan to their strengths or to the weaknesses of the defense that they are preparing for. It just seemed like they had just one thing. We're going to try to do it. If they let us do it, we do it. We don't. We're going to just keep doing it. It's like insanity. But, you know, if Laporta don't have a, you know, issue acclimating as a tight end, and maybe, you know, they don't ask him to do a lot of blocking, that'll let him ease into it. But that was the pick I liked the least. And don't knock on Laporta though. I'm not saying he ain't good football. It's just the pick I like the least and where you picked him at. My favorite pick came down to like Jameer and Brian Branch. I'm gonna go with Brian Branch. But I can definitely go either or. I don't even want to take a time. I'm gonna go with Brian Branch. Best safety in the draft. Best safety in the draft. And I think what he allows you to do, he allows you to, he basically gonna be like another linebacker. Okay, that's what I think they're gonna use him in that nickel position. Listen to Brad Holmes talk about it. I think he's gonna play that nickel position, in which his ability to attack and blitz off the edge and all that stuff and cover is going to allow their defense so much more versatility. This is why they didn't bring back Mike Hughes. So what you really want, like when these teams go to 3 receivers or whatever, what you want to do is you really want to keep, you want to match up. But if you got somebody like the kid from Arizona, Isaiah Simmons, right? Guess what? I don't have to take him off the field when they go to 3 wide receivers. I can match up. So, but a lot of times when you go to 3 wide receivers, you gonna match up with a nickel back. You're gonna match up. Damn. Hold on. What's going on here? But you're gonna match up with a like I said, what's going on here? Somebody over there in that house space. That's one thing about my neighbor. My neighbor, he cool. Oh, it's got just suspicious characters around that motherfucker, bro. But yeah, when you usually go to 3 tight ends, 3 receivers, you usually gonna bring a nickel back out there to cover the third receiver. But with a guy like Isaiah Simmons and Brian Branch, guess what? He can make tackles from the nickel back position, right? He can cover, he can play zone, he can blitz, so you feel more comfortable. Even if they come out there in 3 receivers and they run the ball, guess what? They run the ball right at the nickel back. Most nickel backs not physical in the run game. Brian Branch allows you to still have that physicality in the run game, but also still, like a linebacker, he allows you to have that physicality in the run game, but also he gives you the cover skills of a defensive back. And that's what Isaiah Simmons give Arizona. Now, he statistically may not be burning it up and doing some things where you could count with stats, but in the position that he playing, is like he doing so much. It's hard to measure it. I kind of heard Antoine Rowe was talking with, I think it was the I'm an Athlete, Brandon Marshall in them podcast. He was talking about how he don't get the credit because you couldn't measure some of his successes in the NFL with stats, And with Brian Branch, it's the versatility. Then he could play the deep half of the field. Single high. He can rob. I mean, the versatility that him, Tracy Walker, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Chauncey I think his name is, and Tracy Walker, you got to understand, Gardner-Johnson, Walker, and Brian Branch are tackling machines. But Tracy Walker was playing outside corner in college, University of Louisiana in Lafayette. So he was guarding guys on the island. All right? Gardner-Johnson can guard guys on the island. Brian Branch he played a star position, a lot of nickelback at Alabama. Then also, those guys have the range to play the deep half or the single high. Kirby Joseph got the range to play single high. So the versatility in which it gives, and also shout out to Brian Branch, shout out to C.J. Gardner-Johnson when he got drafted here. The range, the versatility that it give your defensive backfield. I mean, even when you face teams that like to go 4 or 5 wide. So it's just, I like that aspect of it because with Brian Branch, you got unlimited versatility in the back end. And just at the nickelback position, he can blitz off the edge. You gotta worry about, he can make tackles. He can support in the run game, and he can defend underneath. He can cover underneath. So that's your nickelback. He gonna play a lot of nickel. So you got a lot of different things, and they must really like Jerry Jacobs because it sounds like he probably gonna start the number 2 cornerback position. Got to see where Emmanuel Mosley is and getting healthy, and then on the other end you got Cam Sutton who's gonna be number 1. So they passed up on a lot of different corners in this draft. So it must like what they really done. I still think they need that stud as the number 1, but they must have really liked the edges. I'm gonna go live Sunday about this. So in my humble opinion, man, the versatility that Brian Branch gives the defense is always good. I mean, you just kind of think about the versatility on the team. You got Pascal, who's gonna play some 3 technique and be at the 5. Aiden Hutchinson, they can get on the inside and do some things. So you just got different guys who can do some things. Romeo, Charles Harris, you know what I'm saying? So Walker don't got a rush back, but like he physically ready. But if I had to be a betting man, I think Brian Branch is insurance as well on top of everything else if they can't retain Charlie Gardner-Johnson. So you're gonna see Gardner-Johnson move all over the place. Last year you had Tracy Walker doing a lot of stuff in the box with the Eagles because the Lions simply just didn't have the athletes to stick with Jalen Hurts. Now, can I say that changed up front? I mean, with James Houston emerging next year, I think they might be banking on Anazorki to come back. Josh Pascal up front. So they're Jack Campbell, they're more athletic up front than it was when they seen Jalen last year. I will say that. Because I think they're banking on getting Anazorki back, and I'll talk about that. So, but yeah, Brian Branch is my favorite pick. Jahmyr Gibbs was right there too. But hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Follow me. TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Peace.